Welcome back to the final piece of our organizational puzzle here. What I'm going to teach you about in this video is Lightroom's collection feature. Um, Collections are a way, it's down here in the collection panel, for those of you who are wondering where I am. This is a way to organize photos into groups, and you can have the same photo in multiple different groups. And what this is particularly useful for is organizing images that you want to use in photo books or for wall displays or anything that you might want to compile as you go through the year and print or use at the end of the year. Collections are also going to set you up for syncing images between Lightroom Classic CC, which we're in right now, Lightroom CC, which I'm going to show you later, and the Lightroom mobile app, which is called Lightroom CC in the App Store. Collections are the only things that sync back and forth, and it's a really handy way to get images from your phone onto your computer, and anything that you might want to edit on your computer or go through on your computer and then use on your phone or grab from your phone really easily and post to social media. So collections are the foundation for all of that, and I think they're pretty awesome. It's one of the best features of Lightroom is being able to group photos into collections. So the way that we set that up is to come down here to the collection panel. I'm going to go back to my library view up here first. Okay, so I've already set up a collection to go through with you, but I'm going to show you how I set it up. You're going to click on this little plus mark right here. And the first thing I like to do is create a collection set, and this is a group of collections. So say I want to create a collection set for slideshows. So I'm going to make all of my slideshows, I'm going to file all of my slideshow collections under this collection set. Oops, I didn't need to put that in there, but you can easily click on it and drag and drop things out, and these are in alphabetical order. So what I've done now is I've created a photo book set. So I have, this is the one I'm going to show you because I think photo books are kind of the easiest example to understand as a way to use collections as a mom. So I have my photo books collection set, and the next thing you want to do is to add the actual collections, which are groups of images. So sets are groups of collections, collections are groups of images. So I'm going to add another one here. I'm going to create a collection, and I'm going to group it inside my photo book set, and I'm going to call this 2018 summer. So this is going to be my collection for all of the images that I want to put in a book of images that I've taken this summer with my kids. And I'm just going to, I'm not going to include the selected photos here because I have one selected and that's from spring. So I'm just going to create it. All right, and then I'm going to go back to my spring collection here, and you can see all of the images that I've added for a photo book from the spring. And this is kind of, I did this haphazardly just to show you an example. This is not what I would really put in a photo book for spring, but just to give you an example. And if I want to add some more, what I do is go back up here to my pictures for the year. And I'm going to get my pics and maybe like my starred photos. Sorry guys, this is going really slow. Okay, so I have my flagged photos and my starred photos. Take that one off. Oh, which is only this particular one. I don't want that then. All right, so I'll just look through them like this. All right, so I'm going to look through and pick some images that I want to add to my book. And this is easy to do as you're editing. So you're going to select, as we talked about before, you're going to hold down the Command key to select images that are non-sequential. And you can hold that down and click on them. Just continue to look through and find images I like. Whatever, I'm just picking some at random. So then you're gonna click on one of the images. Remember, we're clicking on the image and not the gray area. And then you can drag and drop all of those into your collection here. All right, and then we're gonna go back to the collection itself. Okay, and so I have all these images, but say I maybe want to move the order around. Maybe I want this one before this one. I use order a lot. Collections is the only place that you can reorder photos manually like this. You can just drag and drop them around. You can drag and drop groups of photos around. And I use this mostly for slideshows when I have detail images that I've kind of taken throughout a birth, maybe, that I want to move to the beginning of my slideshow because that's a really good way to lead into the story. Even though those images weren't the first things that were taken, I can move them to the beginning. And then once I have them ordered the way that I want them, I can pop over here to my slideshow panel and make a slideshow of all of my images, and you can reorder them within here too as well. I won't go into slideshows. You can research that on your own, how to make a slideshow, but it's pretty easy, and you can add music and then export it and upload it to social media or send it out to friends and family, etc., etc. The other thing that I'll show you within Lightroom is that you can make a blurb book right here within Lightroom. And I've never done it, so I don't really know how, but it goes right to blurb, and I'm sure you can add pages somewhere. Here, we'll start with a new book. All right, so if I want to do like a book for blurb, and I want to make these the cover. So I've got the front cover and the back cover, and then you start adding your pages. And it'll tell you down here in your film strip what's already been used. Let's see. Add a page. There we go. So you can add as many pages as you want. That's cool, right? And then you can send that book directly to Blurb and have it printed for yourself. But yeah. So this is a great way to collect images throughout the year as you're uploading and going through sessions that you've done. So like I just went on a trip with my family and I'm uploading all my photos and I'm going through and I pick my pics and I decide what I want to edit. And when I get done with that, or as I'm going, I can drag and drop images into that photo book collection so that they're all ready for me at the end of the year. I don't have to go back and search for anything. Pretty handy. And then I mentioned that collections are the way that you're going to use Lightroom CC and Lightroom Classic CC. So with Lightroom CC, which I'm going to, Lightroom CC and Lightroom CC Mobile, not Classic CC. This is Classic CC. All right, so with Lightroom CC and Lightroom Mobile, collections are the only thing that sync between all three of these. And gosh, the wording is so confusing. But we're going to go up here and just click in this blank space here, and it'll allow you to start syncing with Lightroom CC. I have syncing turned off, but I'm going to start it, and it's probably going to tell me I have to change my catalog that I'm syncing with. And I'm not going to do it right now. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll just do it. All right, so syncing takes a long time to set up, but what I wanted to show you is the way that you sync catalogs back and forth is you just click this little box on this, collections back and forth. You click this little box, and when you have these two little arrows here, that means your collection is syncing back and forth from your Lightroom CC, which is also available on your phone. And if you have a session of images, or you've just gotten back from a trip and you can't use your desktop computer all that often, you're on the go a lot, but you want to be able to work on going through your pictures from your big camera from your trip while you're waiting at ballet or whatever. What you can do is you can take all of the images that you took when you went on that field trip or when you went on that vacation, and put them into a collection and sync them with Lightroom CC. And then you can do all of these same things that we've talked about, all of your picking and your starring and even editing if you want to go that far. You can do all of that on your phone and it will sync right back to your computer. So I'm going to show you more about that in future posts, future videos, but for now, this is how we start. There's a lot of laying groundwork to make things easier for us as we go. So that's it. That is organizing Lightroom. Ooh, my phone is coming in right now to my 2018. Let's see. Sure, enable. All right, so check this out, guys. All of the images from my phone are currently syncing to my Lightroom catalog. And what's great about that, this is an easy way to get images from your phone onto your computer where you can back them up. So when you put images from your phone into albums in the mobile app, they're going to sync back to your Lightroom collection. And while we're talking about this, I'm going to show you how to export your images. So I'm going to go here. So Lightroom is just really a place to organize and catalog your images. It's not the actual image. These are copies of your images. The image itself lives on your hard drive, and you can't, unless you're using the book feature, you can't really print straight from Lightroom. You have to export your image back to your hard drive. And when you do that, any edits that you've made are going to export with it. So I'm going to edit this photo just a little bit and show you what I've got here. Okay, this is a terrible photo. My daughter took this. I look horrible. I'm in my pajamas. All right, this is so embarrassing, but here it is. That's life, right? All right, so I'm going to go to crop, and this photo is super crooked, so I'm just going to straighten it out. Done. Back to my library. Okay. So say I want to export all of these images, final images that have been edited, and print them out. I'm going to select everything that I want to export, and I'm going to go up here to File, or you can use the button down here, but I always go to File, and Export. Okay. Then I can choose a place on my hard drive to export these photos to. And this is great for backing up your phone. So once all of these images are imported into Lightroom CC and synced back to your desktop Lightroom catalog, you can export them all to your hard drive. So these photos right here, they don't live on my hard drive. They live on my phone's data card right now. So that I can clear out my phone's data card if I need to get them off, but I don't want to lose them. So if I sync them to my Lightroom catalog, I can go ahead and export them and have them all here on my desktop. So I'm going to find the folder that I want to put them in. I have a folder just for my smartphone backup. I'm just going to go ahead and choose that. And if I want to put it in a subfolder, say like 2018, I can do that to make it easy to find later. You can set your quality. Okay, and then I would just click export, and those photos are going to be exported exported exactly how they look here to my computer's hard drive. Super, super awesome. Great way to back up your images. Great way to use images from your computer on different devices. So if you're not using Lightroom, I really encourage you to jump in and get started. I do plan to do some editing workshops this year or maybe next year for those of you who want to dive further into editing your photos, both on the computer and on your phone with Lightroom's mobile app. I think this program suite is just fantastic. It's a great way for moms and photographers, but anybody really, just to be able to organize their images in a clear and easy to find way. So if you have any questions, I hope you'll give me a shout out. If there's anything I didn't cover and you were like, hey, what's that? Please send me a message. I'll be happy to look into doing a video about it for later. So I think that is it for now. And this has been your mom's guide or intro to using Lightroom as a mom to organize your photos. And I'd really love for you to come back for an editing class. If you guys want that, shout out, let me know what dates are good for you. Otherwise, that's it for today. I hope you guys have enjoyed this. Thanks so much for watching.